I rang the guards. There was nobody there. So I went downstairs with the hurley stick. Said, come out, you prick. And he popped out his head. And I swung for his head. Then I hit him on the head. And he fell down dead. I switched on the light and I repeatedly said, oh my God, what have I done? I've just killed Santa Claus. What have I done? The wife and kids woke up and said, what's going on? I said, go back to sleep. There's nothing wrong. I picked up the Santa Claus and put him in the car and drove like fuck to kill Chima. I went from the town, then I went back home. And I cried and panicked and I drove to Athlone. Found Little Forest outside Athlone. I dug out the shovel and I dug up a hole. And I moved the lifeless body of Jolly St. Nick into the hole. And I started to get sick. I started to cry and think about home. And if I ever get caught, then I'll never go home. And I've just killed Santa. I don't know what to...
Stop that. Sorry. Fucking stop that. The tunes that they're playing these days, they're not right. We need to get some nice, safe tunage on, you know? Or even if there's a bit of radio news or something. Is it going on?
Okay.
All the headlines you need and more. Castletown Community Radio News.
A Mayo man has been charged over €7 for a pint of stout whilst on a day trip to Dublin. The incident occurred in the city's Temple Bar area. 43-year-old Glenn Downey told Castletown Community Radio he was still in shock almost 24 hours after the pint.
Oh, sure, I thought I'd get away for half an hour, like, you know, get a swifty in when the wife was in the shopping centre. And went in and he puts the pint down, the receipt says €7.45. So I said, what? He said, that's the price. I said, it's not. He said, it is. I said, I can't. He said, you must. I said, I mustn't. He said, you must have. I said, why? He said, because I've got your money. I said, what? He held up the tenner. I don't know how he got that out of my pocket. Robin Baxter, but a bit of black magic there, I'd say, or something.
In other news, Gardaí are appealing for any information on the whereabouts of a man who held a 2-day computing seminar in Gowl Community Centre at the weekend. The man, known only as Pat the Processor, convinced over 50 people to attend the course before absconding with all their money while they slept in the community centre gym. One of the victims, a man named Francis, shared his story.
Yeah, well, we landed up to the gym there in Gowl, about 50 of us, and he bursts out of a side hatch, and he just goes, I'm Pat the Processor. Are you ready to compute? And we all said, yeah. And he goes, good. €150 each of you now into the bucket. Jeez. So he went around with a little green bucket, like a charity thing. We all put fucking tenors and 50s in and all that.
Mind your language, please.
Anyways, he sits us down, and we're expecting computer classes. There's not a computer in sight. It's an empty hall with chairs. He said his friend Barry was bringing the computers. He'd be here in a couple of hours. So we had to sit down anyway, and we were just talking shite. Like, you know, it was nice having tea and talking for the time that was in it. And Pat the Processor was great crack, you know. He was telling us all about his life. He was friends with Bill Gates, and he was at Steve Jobs' funeral, he said. There was even a basketball in the community centre, so we played a bit of ball and got a bit sweaty, waiting for Barry to turn up. Barry never turned up, so he said it's best if we get the head down. Barry will be here in the morning with the computers. We can kick it off then and get into the sleeping bags. Now, which I always thought was strange, even from the outset. I thought it was strange that Pat wanted us to stay and spend the night with him in the gym, like, you know. Why couldn't we just go home and then come back? Now it turns out that that was a way of him keeping the money while we slept, you know what I mean? Because nobody was going to leave the money and then go and then come back. So we wake up the next morning, not only are there no computers, Pat the Processor is gone.
Sorry to hear about all of that, Francis, and thank you very much for your time.
No problem. Hey, is there any money for this?
It's great. That Pat the Processor sounds... He doesn't sound good
This
at all.
Christmas,
that
why
guy.
not spend your festive cheer in China? The fastest growing economy in the world. Billions of people, fine cuisine, dragons and lanterns, Chinese gambling, authoritarianism, and spring rolls. That's all you need and more this Christmas at China. Be the man you know you can be with a 201 Audi at Herb Lenihan's Audi dealership.
Herb Lenihan.
9.5% APR.
Herb Lenihan.
Surround sound Bluetooth standard.
Herb Lenihan.
Free Ivan Yates cookbook.
Herb Lenihan.
That's all the Audi you need this Christmas at
Herb Lenihan. Thank you.
Hi guys, Tom here from Ballina Santa Clauses. We have a Santa Claus for every occasion. Whether it's kids' parties, office parties, we've got the right Saint Nick for you. Choose between over 5 different Santas. Santa 1, Merry Christmas. Santa 2,
Merry Christmas.
Santa 3,
Merry Christmas.
Santa 4,
Feliz Navidad.
and Santa 5. Ballina Santa Clauses are sure to make your party a real Christmas cracker. But don't take our word for it. Here's what our happy customers have to say.
Oh, we heard the Ballina Santa for the Christmas party. It was a fucking great job. We went to Ballina Santa for our Santa Claus party, and he didn't turn up. I'm Connor. I run a medium-sized business. We had a Christmas staff party last year and hired Ballina Santa. Everyone had a blast, including the Santa, who helped himself to the brandy. He told one of the senior sales executives to
Save
his ball,
baubles.
I think was the term, before asking him to ring his jingle bell, which I thought was out of line.
That's all the Santa you need at Ballina Santa. All our Santa Clauses are Garda vetted. Terms and conditions apply. Please enjoy Santa Claus responsibly. Over 18s only. When the fun shops, stop. Never ever smoke and fly.
Sure. Cottage scum. We've just cottage scum. 120 yo-yos.
Of course.
Enraged.
Of course. Here you go.
I can't believe we've done one route. I'm trying to check this lady's ticket. She's not even on the bus. Geez, that was fucking shocking about what's his Pat the processor. And I was just thinking of enrolling in one of the technological classes he was doing down in Gowl. That's awful sad now, and that sounds like Francis as well. Oh, he got stung. He got stung like a bee. It sounds like.
Thanks.
There's people out there, hucksters,